Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Check out our large assortment of logo merch and our lifestyle collection as well. Just head over to abvnetwork.com and click on shop. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to determine which team member has the best everyday drinker. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Lenny Eckstein, and Demetrius Kane.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
We've got a fun show today. We're completing our bracket challenge. Was set up yesterday. If you haven't listened to yesterday's show, I suggest you go back a day, listen to that show, get caught up, and we will be doing a bracket challenge based on those whiskey. Usually, McNew, when someone coughing, you, as a co-host, you jump in and you begin talking about something. But that's fine. Don't say anything. Let's just leave that gap in the time continuum. Feel free. Great co-host. She's just staring. I just see her just staring into space, just off in the distance. There's a nice whole gap in the show. But yeah, usually I see, even like musicians and stuff, I'll see like The Who. I'll see Roger Daltrey start coughing or something. Pete Townsend steps up. All of a sudden, he steps out of the background. He does a guitar solo. I'm like, those guys are good partners. They work together.
Not
McNew.
It's part of the aesthetic. It's fine. People like it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, McNew's just staring there like, what the hell's he doing? Why is he coughing? Why is he coughing? Yeah, why can't he be on the show? Yeah, it's just silence.
On Amazon.
There's a whole lot of silence there on the show. That's weird.
Just giving Tim more homework. He likes
awkward.
Fine.
Yeah. Well, so there you go. All right. Well, Kathy, you said there's something you wanted to talk about. What is that?
So, I struggle coming up with these short small talks.
Yeah.
Not short talks, small talks. So I was looking through the internet machine and I was like, okay, we can try this one. You can't travel by car anymore.
Okay. We may be getting to that. We'll see.
You can only travel by animal, but it cannot be a horse. It can be any animal from any continent, but it cannot be a horse.
I think camel's the answer, right? I mean, yeah. They can go long distances. I think camel's the answer. If it's not a horse.
I think there was a lame choice, but okay.
Oh, well, I mean, what do you, a bear? I don't know. Saddle a bear? I'm not sure.
People travel on camels.
Yeah.
They do travel on camels.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What else is there? What if it's not a horse, it has to be animal. What do you think?
I would have llamas. I would ride a llama.
A llama.
Well, what about like ostriches? They're pretty fast. A cheetah. What if you could go everywhere on a cheetah?
You can't saddle a cheetah. They don't do that.
You don't know that.
I'm gonna go kangaroo because they stand upright. You can just like piggyback ride it. That's fun.
How far are you going though?
And they fight people. They're angry. It's gonna like me. I'm gonna make it like me, but it's gonna fight other people, which is cool. I'm gonna get a kangaroo. And
I don't think that works.
I can put my purchases in its pouch. That's great.
That's a plus, but I don't think overall it works. The pouch is nice, but yeah.
I'm getting a kangaroo.
I'm going with armadillo.
Those things are just stupid turtles. Yeah.
Isn't that just like a stupid turtle?
Yeah.
A dumb-looking turtle.
A dumb-looking turtle.
Are armadillos the one that when they see a car coming, they jump up in the air? They're
they
fight
turn
or fight.
into a ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They roll into a ball like a rolling ball.
What jumps up in the air? There's something that jumps. That's why they always get hit by cars.
I think
Deer.
goat.
What's that?
Goats?
Deer.
Goats or deer? No, neither one. Goats. First of all, who's hitting goats? I don't know of anybody that's ever hit a goat.
I almost hit a mountain goat. Bighorn sheep, rather.
Yeah.
I've hit a goat.
I've hit a goat.
I hit a goat.
But it wasn't a mountain. It wasn't like a
Are
mountain.
you in
goat.
Jamaica?
No.
Why would you hit a goat?
Down the road from my house. Like this was like 2 weeks ago. I hit a random goat.
No.
Oh no.
What the hell? No.
Did you get your friends to cook it up?
Well, it wasn't. It was like my neighbor's goat. It got out. I hit it. It got up. It was fine. It just like dented up the front of my car. So
I think an armadillo jumps straight up in the air when frightened by a car. I think that's what happens. That's why they always get hit. If they're rolled up in a ball, they're not going to get hit, right? They're going to just roll
Well,
up
they
there.
have body armor.
Yeah, they have the little things.
What about riding another
You
person?
know what an armadillo looks like?
Lenny wants to ride another person.
Yeah, like I could ride Steve, probably.
You probably could. I guess.
I'm not
Uh,
saying
You're not getting anywhere very quickly.
right. Yeah. I don't have much
Easy
wind.
chair.
I would be winded within 6 minutes. Maybe 2 minutes. Maybe
You'd have
30
to hold
seconds.
his chair.
well,
Yeah.
I could give you a piggyback ride.
Yeah, maybe.
That's awesome.
I don't know
you
about
are
that.
right. Reading the almighty Google, armadillos are known for vertical leaps. That mean jumping straight in the air. When armadillos
Yes.
are scared, they jump
That's no
3 to
idea.
4 feet straight in the air.
So as you're bolting down the highway, the thing doesn't roll up into a ball where it might help itself in this. Its natural instinct is to jump straight up in the air. Well, then you hit it. That's why you see swinging dead on the roadside.
You're
How
gonna
high
have a
does
dumb
it jump?
turtle come right through
Yeah.
your windshield.
Yeah.
Does it say
It's
how
almost as
high
high
it
as me.
jumps?
He said up to 4 feet, right?
4 feet.
That's a good
Yeah,
vertical.
I drive a Honda Civic like for commuting. That'll come through my windshield and I'll have a dumb turtle.
Yeah. You're sitting riding shotgun with you. Yeah.
I'm picturing someone in like a Corvette, just like watching this armadillo go.
Well, that might go past it. Yeah. Yeah. We'll go up.
What was
and
that? A giant, I thought that was a rock. No, it's a dumbass turtle.
But it doesn't curl up in a ball first. And
No,
then-
no.
I don't
Like
think
if you
it's
approach it, I think it would curl up into a ball. But
Yeah.
the car, it startles it where it just jumps straight up. That's why so many of them get
It
hit.
doesn't see cars as a predator, apparently, because their little ball thing is for the predators.
Now, I used to have a buddy that lived in Oklahoma, and he said that the famous thing that you do in Oklahoma is you once you hit them, you roll them over on their back, and then you put a beer bottle, so they just hold it with their little arms. So he says you always see them on the side of the road holding a beer bottle, and that's an Oklahoma thing. But we should start that in Missouri because they're here
We should
now.
start putting daily drinkers.
Daily drinker bottles.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, he said that's totally a thing in Oklahoma. So I don't know. It's why not? I guess he claims it's fun. Yeah. So one time we had a raccoon hit by us, and we live right by the high school, so a lot of kids walk and stuff like that. And this raccoon's sitting on there decaying on the side of the road, and someone eventually ties on its paw a "Get well soon" balloon. One of the kids, it's one of the high school kids. It's so great. You cannot see this dead raccoon that you've been seeing, dead on the side of the road for a couple of days. You can't see that and not start laughing. I mean, what are you going to do? Get well soon. Yeah. Oh, so good stuff.
I'm going to
Wow.
start putting bumper stickers on the roadkill deer around Colorado.
Why not? Right. Well, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. I don't know if we even got to get these questions there, but you know what? I feel like it's a good time to transition to the drinking segment. What's everyone drinking? I'll start it out because do we think this is a show kill here? The last bottle?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a 375.
Good attempt. It's a good attempt.
It's 375. I've got a Glencairn tonight, so we know that's 6 ounces. So this is a Colin My Name after Phil Collin did this pick. So here we go. Here's the cork pop. More squeak than pop, but that's our lead right now. Let's see if this will fit in here. I think it will. I think even though it's less than half, but a 375, I think it's going to fit in.
Whatever's left over, you can just chuck out of the bottle. It'll be fine.
Nope.
Oh, it's
So much room to spare.
Yeah. I could have got another probably 2 ounces in there. So yeah,
It's a standard pour by some. people.
Yeah, some of them, this is a standard pour. So this is what I got. So, all right, McNew, what do you have?
I can't count, so I only brought in 4 bottles. So I'm going back to this old faux 1910.
I can't count either.
I can't.
Okay. All right. Not as good as mine. I'll say I've got the lead. I'll say, Demetrius, what do you got?
I have, and I'm going to automatically lose the pour because I also can't count. But I've got some Jim Beam Legant, but it's a screw top.
Okay.
So that was it.
Huh. Okay. All right. Interesting. All right. Kathy, what do you have?
I'm going to do some 291 Bad Guy.
Oh, nice. Where'd you get that? When you were out in Colorado?
When she passed Deerhammer and went straight to 2.
Actually, Mr. Bill muled this in for me.
Oh, Mr. Bill. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Not enough. There was a pop. Someone set down a glass. Don't get confused with that. The pop wasn't as good as mine, but the glass sitting down was nice, but it was not the actual pop.
Lovely.
All right, Lenny, you are between me and victory. What do you got there? Screw top, hopefully.
Well, I'm about to dash hopes all over the place with some Deerhammer Hickory Smoked Whiskey, Benny Clark edition.
Okay. No, not enough. I got that.
I blame my computer filter. That was super loud on my side.
Mike Muffle got you. There was nothing wrong. McNew, there was nothing there, was there?
Not on our end.
No.
Not
I heard it was really loud on my end.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Cheers, gang.
Cheers. Congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it is bracket challenge time. We're going to find the best everyday drinker. Hello, this is Steve Akeley of the ABV Network. Let's talk about the people who make this show happen. First up is Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Company founder Andy Lang started distilling as a hobby while serving his country as an elite Green Beret. Andy distilled all over the world during his time in the military and brought this passion back to him in the U.S. when he returned home. A visit to Leatherwood combines Andy Lang's unique distilled spirits and a museum of artifacts from his time serving the U.S. Share a drink with a fallen soldier at their bar where you can grab an acrylic bio off the wall that celebrates the individuals who gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect his or her country. They will also ship their distilled spirits directly to you, so check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
All right, I'm Neil.
And I'm Melanie.
Together we're the Robinsons, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we have a bracket challenge to determine the best daily drinker.
Yes, we are. So here's what the team chose yesterday on the show. So it's Buffalo Trace, Wild Turkey 101, Russell's Reserve, Evan Williams Bottled and Bond, Larceny, Early Times, Maker's Mark, and Ancient Age. Those are our choices. Now, they were paired at random, and here's what we came up with. So Early Times will take on Maker's Mark. Ancient Age takes on Wild Turkey 101. Buffalo Trace takes on Evan Williams. And finally, Larceny takes on Russell's Reserve. Round number one, Early Times takes on Maker's Mark. Dimitri, you are first. What do you think? Early Times or Maker's Mark? What is a better everyday drinker?
So I'm a big fan of both, but I personally would pick Makers, just
Okay.
because of the history.
Okay,
like
fair enough. Maker's Mark goes up 1-0 over Early Times. Kathy, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Maker's Mark. It was one of my picks.
Maker's Mark goes up 2-0. Lenny, what do you think?
So I'm going to take a slightly different angle. I too love both, but I feel like I get Maker's Mark I'll order Maker's Mark when I go to any bar that has a pour selection, but they have Maker's Mark. So I will drink that more often when I'm out. So Early Times would be more of my pour myself a glass when I'm at my own
Okay.
domicile.
Early Times gets a vote. McNew, what do you think? Early Times or Maker's Mark?
It's
Domicile.
Makers for me.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
But it's Makers for me.
That means Makers moves on.
I
All right,
just
next
wanted
up.
to make fun of Lenny saying domicile.
Yeah. Well, of course, he's the one who put up Early Times. So, yeah. That's why he gave it his vote.
That's right.
Ancient Age versus Wild Turkey 101. Round number 2. Kathy, you're first. Ancient
Wow,
Age.
This one's hard.
Yeah.
I feel like the 101's a classic. It's everywhere. I can get it at my strip mall bar.
Yep.
But the ancient age, I'm going to give it my vote because it's yummy stuff.
All right. Lenny, what do you think? Wild Turkey 101 or Ancient Age?
It's well documented my hate of Wild Turkey's brand, the name. I think it's turkeys are worse than armadillos. I don't get it, but I do think the bourbon is fantastic. Ancient Age. I also have a gripe there. I hate the marketing department who thought that was acceptable. It's not cute. I feel like my 8-year-old son would have come up with that and I would have told him no. But again, good bourbon. So I'm a little torn there. I think, I guess I don't know if there's validity to the fact I can't get Ancient Age in Colorado and I can get Wild Turkey. So I guess because of that, I'll go with Wild Turkey as what would be my daily drinker.
All right. That means it's tied up. What do you think, McNew?
I'm going to go Wild Turkey for this one.
Wild Turkey. I too am going to go Wild Turkey 101. Means Wild Turkey 101 moves on. I think it's just the accessibility thing for me. You can find it anywhere. It's all over the place. So Wild Turkey 101, good everyday drinker. Round number 3, Lenny, you're going to be first. Buffalo Trace or Evan Williams Bottled in Bond?
So there's one other component that I would bring to everyday drinker, and that is if I have someone over that doesn't quite get bourbon, and I don't know, I think they're gonna, it's not one needs to impress, but you kind of want to give them something that they're gonna feel good about. And I feel like Buffalo Trace is the tater crowd pleaser, and the friend who doesn't quite knows Buffalo Trace. So I would go that route.
Buffalo Trace goes up 1-0. McNew, what do you think?
Buffalo Trace, or was it the Evan Williams?
Yes.
Yeah, Evan Williams, Bottled in Bond.
Evan Williams has tied it up. I'm going to say between these two, I think the better bourbon, I think they're both about equally accessible. I think that Buffalo Trace is a better bourbon. I'm going to go Buffalo Trace. That means they're up 2-1. Demetrius, what do you think?
I would go with Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace moves on. All right. Next up is Larceny versus Russell's Reserve. This is an interesting one. Round number 4, McNew, you're first.
Honestly, I hate this because it didn't even have a chance, and I'm not even going to give it a chance. It's got to be Russell's Reserve, though.
Russell's Reserve goes up 1-0. Larceny versus Russell's Reserve. Yeah, I think Russell's Reserve. I don't know if that's going to be what wins it here, but I think it wins this round. I go Russell's Reserve. Demetrius, what do you think?
The Russell's Reserve, hand down.
That means Russell's moves on. All right, next up is going to be our final 4, and it looks like this. Maker's Mark takes on Wild Turkey 101, kind of the classics, versus Buffalo Trace and Russell's Reserve. Round number 5, I'm going to be first. Maker's Mark or Wild Turkey 101. This is tough. Ooh, this is tough. Everyday drinker. I think Maker's Mark fits in the best newbie bourbon. I think that the best everyday drinker, if we had to pick one of these two, I'm going to go Wild Turkey 101. That means it gets my vote. Demetrius, what do you think? Wild Turkey 101 or Maker's Mark?
I would go back to Maker's Mark. It's kind of something that if I'm going to settle upon one, if I had these two choices at a bar,
Yeah.
I would probably go with Makers.
That means Makers has tied it up. Kathy, what do you think? Maker's Mark or Wild Turkey 101?
I just want to note that these are both my choices.
Okay. It's not a bad thing. You're going to be in the finals either way.
And really, my everyday drinker is Wild Turkey 101. So that's what I'm going with.
Wild Turkey 101 goes up 2-1. Lenny, what do you think? Wild Turkey 101 or Maker's Mark?
So I'm going to follow the logic of like when I go out, in particular, when I go out to Casa Sanchez in BV, actually took Bill Lewis and Donna there when they were in town. I order Maker's Mark, and they oftentimes serve it to me in a rocks glass with a straw, which I really enjoy. I love the novelty of that, and it just keeps me come back and ordering it every time. So I think by nature of that is my daily drinker of choice.
All right. That means Maker's Mark has tied it up. So we're going to go to McNew to be the tiebreaker. McNew, what do you think? Maker's Mark or Wild Turkey 101?
I have a lot of respect for both brands, but Maker's Mark is what made me love bourbon in the first place. I'm going to go with Maker's Mark.
That means Maker's Mark moves to our finals. It's going to be taken on either Buffalo Trace or Russell's Reserve. Round number 6, Demetri, you're first. Russell's Reserve or Buffalo Trace?
That's a hard one. Buffalo Trace is the one that I picked going into this, but Russell's Reserve, I think, is a better daily drinker. Just all around Russell Reserve.
Russell's Reserve goes up 1-0. Kathy, what do you think? Russell's Reserve or Buffalo Trace?
Nothing but Russell's Reserve on this.
Russell's Reserve goes up 2-1. Lenny.
I mean, I just dumped out my own whiskey in favor of Russell's Reserve that I'm pouring into my glass right now. Here's the thing about Russell's Reserve also. It's like, I think it does fit into the daily drinker category because I picked up a bottle today for, I think it was $40, $38. Very reasonable. It's freaking delicious. I think it's a matter of time before it will not be a daily drinker because it's inaccessible. Mm-hmm. So we might as well move it forward and try to immortalize it in the win.
All right. You can take credit for it then. So yeah, well, here's where we're at. Maker's Mark will be taking on Russell's Reserve, our last round number 7. Kathy, you are first. Maker's Mark or Russell's Reserve, best everyday drinker. Kathy's sleeping.
Hard. I'm glad these two made it to the top. I really thought that they were both really excellent choices. But I'm going to stick with Russell's Reserve.
Russell's Reserve goes up 1-0. Lenny, what do you think? Russell's Reserve or Maker's Mark?
If the two are placed in front of me, I'm going to pour Russell's Reserve pretty much every day. I think there's some validity to the price point. Maker's Mark is a lower price point, so that might be a daily drinker angle for some people. But I think in the high 30s, kind of low 40s, Russell's takes it.
All right. Russell's is up 2-0. McNew, what do you think? Russell's or Maker's best everyday drinker?
On an
Russell's
everyday,
is up 2-0.
Lenny made a good point with the price point. $40 is absolutely acceptable for a daily drinker, but $25 is better. So I'm going to give Maker's Mark some love here.
Yes, we are. What's a better bourbon? Russell's Reserve. What's a better everyday drinker? Maker's Mark. Maker's Mark gets my vote as well. Demetri, it comes down to you then. We're tied up 2-2. It all comes down to this. Everything we've done doesn't even matter. Nothing matters right now, right here. You get to choose. Is Maker's Mark or Russell's Reserve the best everyday drinker?
So
go for the
price is a point, but the way I look at it is how am I going to enjoy my life? I would rather, Russell's Reserve to me is is a very underrated for what it is. And it's something that I enjoy. If I have a choice between the two, it's going to be, Russell's Reserve every day.
Russell's Reserve is our champion. How about that? Russell's Reserve out of nowhere.
Okay.
I thought our champion was going to be Maker's Mark. Wild Turkey 101 or Buffalo Trace. I thought that was going to be.
I expected Buffalo Trace to get a little bit further, actually.
Yeah, no, it did not happen. It is Russell's Reserve. They are our champion. They are the best everyday drinker. About $40, which is not bad. I mean, that's a good price, and there's definitely some good bourbon for that price. So there you go. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Demetri, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Demetri Cain _Cain, CAIN. And you can find my distillery at Nobleton's on Instagram and Nobleton's Distilling on Facebook, or you can come out and join us here in Marthasville, Missouri for a tasting and tour.
All right, Kathy, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me drinking any of these every single day, or on Facebook, Kathy Cool.
All right, Lenny, how about you?
You can find me and the rest of Deer Hammer on social media at Deer Hammer. Kind of a new development. You can also follow us at Deer Hammer Tasting Room, which is kind of more of our visitor experience social media presence, but check that out too. You can hit us up at deerhammer.com to order our product shipped direct to your door, and you should come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
Are you on TikTok yet?
Kinda. Yeah.
Really?
What is kinda?
Yeah, I'm not dancing. I think I've only posted one or two. But yeah, I'm getting there.
So you've got an account, but just not doing a lot with it yet.
Well, it's not a Deer Hammer account yet. I want to test the waters with myself. So
oh yeah. Okay.
Give you some fight videos. We'll see.
All right. McNew, how about you? Where can people find you?
I am on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got the company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. That's one you got to check out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.